So let's have a conversation. Because I want to talk to you about business for a moment. Like, one of the things that I've really learned on this journey, and I've been on this journey of building my online business now for over 5 years. And I know that in the very beginning of being in business and putting yourself out there, there are tons of strategies. There's lots of people telling you what to do. There's different formulas or different frameworks and different processes. But what I've come to understand and know, like from my heart and soul, is that your business is not meant to be hard. Now, I understand that many of us have that conditioning within us that says, that there's this conditioning within us to where we feel like we've got to make it hard in order for us to give ourselves permission to receive the success, to receive the clients, to receive the money. But I want to share with you today the fact that it doesn't need to be hard. You don't have to make it hard in order for you to believe that you can receive what it is that you desire to receive in your business, okay? And how I see this showing up as I speak to business owners all the time, right? My own clients, people that show up, and women that show up and they want to grow their business, they want to go to their next level. And for some reason, right, there's this conditioned belief that, oh, well, I have to do it this way in order for me to be successful, right? So let's take social media for an example. We're all taught that we need to show up, we need to be visible, we need to share our gifts, we need to share our offers, we need to show up on social media. We all get that. You need to be on Facebook, you need to be on Instagram, you need to be on LinkedIn, you need to be on TikTok, right? There's all these places you need to be. And what I find is that so many of you are on these platforms and you don't want to be. You don't want to be there. I've had so many women say to me, I hate Facebook, right? Oh, I hate Facebook. It doesn't feel good to me. Or I don't like Instagram. It doesn't feel good to me. Yet you're still showing up there. And because you're going against what doesn't feel right for you, your business feels hard, right? You're not showing up, right? You're not, sharing your gifts. You're not showing up from your heart because you're trying to fit your business inside of this box that someone says it needs to fit in. And there is nothing more beautiful than me saying to a client or to a potential client, okay, if you do not like being on this platform, then why are you there? You don't need to be there. Because here's the thing, if you are doing things in your business, if you are showing up in your business in ways that don't feel aligned for you, in ways that don't light you up, in ways that don't excite you, if you're not doing that, then it feels like a drag, right? It's really hard to get your energy behind something that you really don't like doing, that you really don't feel called to do, right? Like I do not feel called to reach out to people every single day and say, hey, my name's Kendra, I'm with Soulful Success by Design, where I help coaches, leaders, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't feel called to do that. It doesn't feel good for me. That feels like a chore. So then why do that, right? And so we do those things because we feel like, oh, I have to do this because some guru said that I needed to do this. And if I don't do this, then I won't be successful. What creates success for you is what naturally flows from your heart, right? I love doing video, right? I love teaching. I love doing those things. Some of you absolutely hate doing video, and you're beating yourself up about it and not making any forward progress in your business and not moving the needle in your business because your energy is stuck in this space of what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? Why am I not? And you're closed off to the things that you could be doing in your business to excel and take you forward. So for example, there was a client that I was working with this year who didn't like the feel of the mainstream social media platforms, right? So what we did, she wanted to build her platform on a meditation site, right? She wanted to build her audience there. So that's exactly what we did. Right? She created her own group on this meditation app. She created her own meditations. She has people there now that are following her that love the messages that she shares. And it's working for her because that is where her energy naturally wanted to flow. So don't be afraid to do the things and to show up in your business in a way that naturally aligns with you. And so this is where This is one of the reasons why I love human design, right? Because until you can really tap into your heart and into your truth and understand how your energy is designed to show up in the world, you'll continue to do things that are not aligned for you, and then you won't make the progress in your business that you could be making. When you understand your gifts, when you begin to own your gifts, when you begin to really trust that what you feel pulled towards is for you, that's when everything changes, right? That's when like the floodgates begin to open and you recognize that, oh, wait a minute, I have been making this so much harder than it needs to be. Okay? So there was a time, for example, in my business where, you know, I showed up doing a Facebook Live almost like every day because I love showing up, I love talking, and then I stopped because someone told me, oh, well, when you do a Facebook Live, you need to make sure that you have these 3 points, that you keep it, you know, no longer than 5 minutes, and that you're really concise. And that held me back because all of my energy went from my heart to my head because I was like, oh, okay, well, what are the 3 points I'm going to talk about? And how can I make sure I'm concise in my language? That's not my style, right? And understanding my human design, understanding that, okay, I have an open throat center, right? Me trying to sit down and write a script out on what I'm going to say on my Facebook Live, it screwed me up every single time. Because the way that I communicate, the way that I share is very fluid, right? A lot of the times I don't know at all what I'm going to say until I press the go live and I start talking, right? But because I know that gift about myself, because I understand how I'm designed, I get to now show up on a Facebook Live and share from my heart and encourage people and inspire women and help you, you know, really begin to own your power and step into your power in a way that works for me. And that is what I want for you too, right? Because your business is not meant to feel hard. If it feels hard, then there's something that you are doing in your business. There's a belief that you're holding on to. There's a story that you're holding on to that is not supportive of you. When you begin to identify the stories, become aware of them, understand how your energy works, understand how you're designed to show up, understanding all these parts of yourself, all these stories begin to you know, melt away, and the pressure also goes away, right? How many of you have been at that place where you feel like you can't make any moves in your business until you have the business cards created, until you've updated your website, until you've done, you know, fill in the blank? We've all been there where we don't make the move in our business because we're like, oh, but I've got to do this first. I've got to make sure my website's complete first. I got to make sure that I do this over here first. No. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case, right? I've had a website that needed to be updated like a couple of years ago. My website was totally out of date. But you know what? I still received clients. People still found me, and I was still able to grow my business. So what stories are you holding on to? Do you understand how you're designed to show up in your business? Right? I was speaking to a woman today who loves to talk to people. Everywhere she goes, she doesn't meet a stranger. Right? She's always meeting new people, loves to have these conversations, loves to build community, loves to reach out to people because that is what works for her. And that's how she's designed to show up. So then she gets to now take that gift and take that power that she has and really lean into that and double down on that and grow her business. Instead of worrying about having the perfect website or the perfect this or the perfect that, right? And so that's the power of understanding your human design, right? And if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say human design, I do have a webinar that walks you through exactly, what human design is and what your type is and what that means for you. But it's really knowing thyself. When you know thyself, you show up in business completely different. The things that used to hang you up and keep you staying in that loop of getting ready to get ready no longer hang you up, right? You're able to step into your power. You're able to own your gifts. You're able to own your uniqueness. You begin to realize that the answers you've been seeking outside of you are actually inside of you, right? You begin to trust what comes through in your heart and in your soul, and you begin to flow from that place. Business begins to flow. Clients begin to show up in your inbox, right? Money begins to show up in your bank account. Not from doing nothing, but from aligning to your truth. Right? Let me know in the comments if this resonates with you. Are you feeling me? Do you get where I'm coming from? Is this a challenge for you? Okay, so I just wanted to come on today and share this with you and then invite you to my Trust and Flow workshop. I am doing a 3-hour beautiful deep dive workshop with just an intimate group of people. And in this workshop, I want to take you through decoding your strengths, your wisdom, and your vulnerabilities. We're going to look at your human design and we're going to decode where your wisdom lies, where your strengths lie, where your vulnerabilities lie, right? And we're doing a deep exploration of all of the 9 energy portals so you can begin to operate from your power instead of allowing the things that you're vulnerable to be the things that hold you back. We're going to work on decoding and understanding the influence that you're here to carry out in the world, right? So in human design, you have a profile, right? You have this number there's a number / a number. Your profile, that is how you are here and designed to influence and carry out your purpose here in the world. We're going to dive into that. We're going to demystify what your innate decision-making authority is. Because if you are a woman in business, then you're making decisions every single day, right? And what would it feel like to be able to make decisions that you are confident in, that you are grounded in, where you have unshakable certainty? Okay? There have been times where I knew that I needed to make a decision in my business and I just stayed like on this hamster wheel of indecision because I didn't understand what my innate decision-making authority was all about, right? And then once I learned it, I didn't trust it. So then I had to begin to do the work to trust that my authority was correct for me. All right, so in this workshop, we're going to dive into all of that. This will be a small, intimate setting. You'll be able to bring your charts, bring the charts of your team if you want to, bring the charts of your loved ones, and let's have a conversation of digging deep into who you are, what makes you you, what your strengths are, what your vulnerabilities are, so that you can really show up in your business from a place of trust and flow. The investment's $195. I'll leave the link in the comments. You can go ahead and secure your space. And I'll send out details, of course, more about it later. But it will be next week. So I'd love to have you. I'd love for you to join us. If you have questions about your human design, feel free to leave them in the comments here below or message me. All right? I'm sending you all my love, and I hope you all have an amazing day. And allow your business to be easy. Allow it to feel good. Allow yourself to tune into your heart space, to tune into your soul, and lead from there. All right? Okay. Have an amazing Tuesday.